And close your eyes when you lie down. If lying flat feels uncomfortable at all, just bend your knees. And then could you place your hands and cup them right over your belly button? Cup them right over your belly button. You'll create like a little diamond shape by connecting your pointer fingers. They're pointing down towards your pelvis, and connecting your thumbs. They're running parallel across your pant line. So you've created a little diamond that your belly button is sitting in. And then let your shoulders relax. Good. And take a long, deep breath in through your nose, sending that breath right down to your belly. So the belly pushes forward like it's trying to push your hands away, but they'll stay here. As you exhale, your belly softens in towards your spine. And as you inhale, the belly pushes away. And now, can you continue to stay aware and mindful of this rhythmic breath while simultaneously relaxing each of the joints in your body? Relax your head and neck. Relax your shoulders. Even let your elbows and your wrists relax. Relax your hips, your knees, and let your ankles relax completely. They'll just flop out into whatever their natural positioning might be. Now imagine that you could relax each vertebrae of your spine from the top, from the nape of your neck, right down past the bra line and the thoracic spine, down past that big arc in your lumbar spine, right down to the clip of your tailbone. And hopefully it's just maybe your jaw and your brow line that remain tight and tense. Can you consciously relax those now too? And just check in. How is your physical body feeling? Without judgment, you're scanning top to bottom, observing every little nook and cranny, and taking note of the places that stand out. How is your mind feeling? This might mean your brain, your energy levels. And now, without changing anything, and really try not to change anything, observe the type of breathing that's happening right now in your body. Is it fast or slow? Does it feel fluid or choppy? Short or really long and deep? And with all of these pieces of you on the top of your mind, can you set an intention to be mindful of what you're feeling in your body? all practice. So every pose serves as a chance to, I don't want to say diagnose, but diagnose or identify maybe areas for improvement, things to let go of. Every pose can show you something. And that's the goal of tonight's class. Take 3 more deep breaths, this time in through your nose and out through your mouth. Hug both knees in towards your chest and hold those knees against your heart as you rock really gently from side to side. Rock along the base of your spine, the lumbar spine. Come back to stillness. Place your feet flat on the floor. And now let your knees flop over to the left. Bring them back through center and let your knees flop over to the right. Really, really slowly keep rocking your knees from side to side like windshield wipers. Good, and now bring your knees back through center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale here. Hug both knees in towards your chest. 2 ways to get up and out from the floor. One is to roll over to the right side and lift up. And the second is to rock, a little more active. Rock and roll on your spine all the way up onto all fours. And if you have sensitive knees, absolutely grab something to place underneath of them. Climb up onto all fours. Stack your joints. Good, and just start to swirl your hips around. So roll your hips up and back. Take them side to side. You're just moving your hips from all fours in this nice swirling, circling motion. And if you're going really quickly, slow it down and make it even more sensual. Swirling your hips side to side. See if you can catch some sensations, some feelings that are novel, that might teach you or tell you something. And then collect your body back at neutral. Come back into neutral. Good. And take your right leg, kick your right leg up with the knee bent. Kick your right leg up with the knee bent. Bring the heel in towards the bum by any amount. Good. And then take that knee and make one big circle in each direction with that knee. You're really pushing through the left arm here, the left hand. Drop the right knee down. Lift up your left leg. The leg is bent, so the foot looks like it could make a big footprint on the wall. And now pull the heel in towards your bum. Pull the heel in towards your bum, and then create a very big circle in each direction with that left knee. Good. Drop those knees back down onto the floor. Separate them wide and sink your hips back towards your heels. Walk your hands in towards your body. Ground through your left fingers. Inhale your right arm, stretch it up. And exhale, take your right arm underneath your left arm. Your right ear comes to the floor or a cushion, maybe a block. Reach your left arm forward and start to take big, deep breaths. Breaths that move into your spinal body. So your breaths are pushing into your back body. You're here opening through the shoulder joint for 5, 4, 3, good, 2. On 1, press through that left hand to help you come up. Take your right arm, stretch it back up towards the sky. And now your right arm comes down, replaces your left hand, left arm reaches up. Scoop your left arm underneath your right arm, your left ear falls towards the floor, reach the right fingers forward, and play with these little micro movements when you get here, maybe the bum, the shoulders, the head, to see if you can find something in these 5 breaths, if you can find something in the pose that might be useful. Every pose is a place for data collection about your own body, your own spirit, your energy, your bones, your tissues. You know this body better than any body worker, therapist, masseuse will ever know your body. Take one more big breath in. With the exhale, you unwrap, take the arm out, and reset your body up on all 4s. Reset your body back up onto all 4s. Good, now find traditional cat-cow. So drop your belly down, spiral your shoulder blades back, lift your heart and your gaze up. Round into your upper back, hang the top of your head heavy and look towards your tummy. 3 more cycles of this spinal undulation, lifting up and curling in. Wrapping the shoulders back. Think about plugging them in towards one another, spreading across your collarbones as you extend. And then rounding and puffing even more through your upper back when you come into flexion. Meet back on all 4s, right here in neutral. Take your right foot and step your right foot between both hands. Step your right foot between both hands. Lean forward so that left leg is on a deep angle. You're in a nice low lunge. Plant your left palm down on the inside of your right foot. Take your right hand, inhale. Can you spiral your right hand around in a great big circle so it reaches all the way back towards your bum? And then do that again in the opposite direction. So change directions, bring the right arm back, your whole body moves forward. Try that 2 more times. You can be on your fingertips, on your fists, whatever feels okay for that left wrist. And while you're doing these arm circles, I hope you're starting to feel some work or stress through your left quad, the front of your left thigh. Good. Let's take the right hand now and simply lift it up. Bring the right ribs with it. Reach the right fingers high. Push through your left palm so that left shoulder isn't creeping towards your ear. And now lower your right hand down to the outside of your right foot. Sink your hips back towards your heels. Hands are framing that front foot. Pick up your right toes. Pick up your right toes. Push the heel forward. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. And as you exhale, you might float your torso down over your right leg. Inhale here. Exhale with a ha sound. And then inhale, pick your head, your neck, your chest up, walk your hands forward, and can you drag carefully that right leg back? Good. Other side, step your left foot forward between your hands. Creep the toes and the foot even further forward so that right leg, that right thigh is on a nice deep angle. Loop your shoulders back, find the low lunge, first and foremost. Then ground through your right hand, and it might be on a block. Take your left arm and start to work these circles, these half moon circles. Reach your left arm back towards your buttocks and then change your mind and pull it forward. As it comes forward, so does your head, your neck, and your chest. Open your left arm up and away. Scoop it all the way back and around. And now return it back through center. The last time, find that opening, that space through your left body. Bring the left hand all the way back down and then reset. Really imprint your right thumb and index finger into the floor and think about lifting your left ribs at the same time as lifting your left hand. You're picking everything up. Sink deep into your pelvis. Breathe in. Good. Breathe out. Take that left hand down. Walk your fingertips back. Lift up your left toes, your torsos. Draping here, draping over your left leg. Take a breath in. Think about pushing that left heel forward, lengthening through your spine, and then the exhale lets it all float down deeper. Feel that hamstring waking up. Good. Carefully keep your hands glued to the floor. Pull that left leg back. And let's come all the way down onto our belly. Can you come all the way down onto your belly? So taking pressure off your wrists for a moment, you might swirl them around while you're on your tummy. You can swirl your wrists around. Maybe you tap the tops of your feet into the floor. Good. And now when you're lying on your back, it doesn't much matter where your hands are. They might be propping up your head here. That's okay. But can you just bend into your right knee? Bend into your right knee. On your back, bend into your right knee. And let the heel try to touch the bum. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. And then release the right leg down and bend into the left leg. Your heels inching towards your bum. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. Good. Release the left leg. Take both fingers to the outside of your yoga mat. Imprint the tips or the pads of your fingers onto the floor. Your elbows are perking up. Press down your fingers and your toes. Inhale, spiral, lift, open through your chest by any amount. So this movement could be really tiny. It might feel enough to come up just a few inches and release. It could be really big. You might open into full spinal extension, lifting your gaze and head and neck back as well. And it could stay on this vertical plane, but it might twist too. So if it feels nice to turn your head over your right shoulder, peer towards your right sit bones, try that. But if you do that, do it on the left side as well. Good. Come back down through center. Bend into both knees. Reach both hands back towards the feet, but don't catch them. That's the trick here. Or reach your hands back towards the feet. Reach the heels towards your hands. Lift your chest. Push your pubic bone down, but don't touch your feet. Don't grab them. Take a breath in. Think about opening or smiling across your collarbones, your clavicle, the front of your chest. And then exhale, just lower your hands down. Lower your head down. Lower your hips, your feet down, and rock your bum from side to side. Really good. Place your hands beside your body. Push yourself back up onto all fours and slide all the way into your first downward facing dog. Let your head hang heavy. Pedal out your feet one by one. Look forward, step your right foot all the way forward to the outside of your right hand. Your right foot comes all the way forward to the outside of your right hand. Stay on the ball of your back foot. Place your left hand down, maybe it's on a block, and take your right arm up, up, up. Reach your fingers right up towards the sky. Imagine there was a little string on your right middle finger, and it's pulling you up a titch higher. And then imagine that you had something that's being held between your right shin and your left shin, and you have to squeeze it in. Squeeze your right shin towards your left shin. That might create space for your right ribs to open up deeper into this twist. Take a big breath in. Good. Now with the exhale, could you just drop your left knee down? Reach your right hand back towards your foot And maybe you can drop your pelvis a little further, bend into your left knee, and catch your left foot with your right hand. You're in a bound twist now, rolling your right shoulder back, push through your left palm of your hand, get out of that left shoulder, and then let that all go. Rewind the shape. Both palms come to the inside of the right leg. Pick up the left knee. Push your right arm, the entire right arm into the right leg. And if you have short bones and joints like me, you might want to push onto your fingertips. Now you're going in the opposite direction. Roll your left wrist up, ground your left foot, and could you take your left arm up towards the sky? Right knee is bent. Right hand is on the floor on the inside of the right foot. Your left foot is now grounded, pushing in through the outside edge of your left foot. Reach your left arm up and look up. Take a big breath in. Push into your right foot. Keep the lower body stance. Lift up, warrior two. Big, big work through your right quad here. But we've opened it lots. Drape your left hand down your back thigh. Reach your right arm behind you for an exalted warrior. Inhale. And now with an exhale, straighten that front leg. Come forward and tilt forward into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Push down through your right big toe mound. Reach down through your left foot and stretch your left arm up. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Inhale. Exhale. On the next inhale, reach your left fingers high. And as you exhale, roll onto the ball of your left foot. Plant your palms in front of that right foot. Lean your weight forward. You might need to drag your right foot back a bit for stability and lift up your left leg. Let your whole body hang here. The crown of your head hangs like it's emptying all of its contents down onto the floor. Your hands can come to your shin if you're feeling steady. You're in standing splits. Now tiptoe your right fingers forward to the upper corner of your yoga mat. Roll your left hip open, your left leg open, your left chest open, and reach your left arm up. Half moon pose. Ground through the standing foot. That right big toe mound is magnetizing you to the earth. Maybe you stay here, but you've done these big quad stretches from all fours. Could you bend into your left knee and reach towards the left foot? It doesn't matter if you catch it. If you catch it, you're pulling and pushing away. And if you don't, you're just reaching for it. One more breath here. Exhale, lower your hands to the floor. Step the left foot beside the right foot and come down into Malasana, squat pose. Take your knees wide, bring your hands into your chest. Settle your nervous system with 5 deep breaths here. If your heels are lifted, you can tuck little blankets underneath of them. Eyes are open or closed, 5 deep breaths. Really good. Take your hands down onto the floor. Lift your bum up. Heel toe your feet together and just hang over your legs. Let the crown of the head drop. Let the shoulders drop. And let the hamstrings stretch. Now push your fingers into the floor. Lift your spine up halfway. And with an exhale, plant your palms. Step back into downward facing dog. Push the earth away in downward facing dog. Let your jaw relax. Let your hips relax. Good. And now take a look forward. Lift your left leg up. Bend your left knee. Your heels falling towards your bum. And then step your left foot between your hands. Bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Stay on the ball of your right foot. And take your right arm, reach your right arm up here. Oh, no, other way. Take your left arm, reach your left arm up here. Left arm is reaching up. Scissor your inner thighs together. Roll your left ribs up towards the sky. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, your left hand comes down to the inside of your left foot. Roll onto the entire right foot. So now your right toes are in warrior two stance. They're facing the right side of the room. Push your left arm against your left leg. Start to open your body to the right. Right arm reaches to the sky. Get stronger in your legs. Push your legs against each other, against the floor. Push your arm against your leg. And then stabilize that left leg. Lift up, warrior two. Take a breath in. The exhale drapes your right hand on your back thigh. Left arm stretches up and over. Good. And as you inhale, come back through center. Straighten your right leg. Tilt down like a teapot, pouring some nice tea into Trikonasana. And the work here is all on your lateral line. Drive your left hip bone up, reach those right fingers up. Ground through your big toe mounds. Breathe in. As you breathe out, settle your gaze down. Take a bend into your left knee. Frame the foot with your hands and pick up your right leg. Can you take your hands to your left shin? Wobbling here in standing split. Only for a millisecond before you change your mind, step your left hand to the upper left corner of your yoga mat and transition into Ardha Chandrasana. Right leg, right arm, lift up. There's the option, the possibility to bend into your right knee and reach back with your right hand and grab it. Imagine you grabbed it. Breathing here for a few breaths. Good. Lower your right hand down to the floor. Step your right foot beside your left foot. Malasana squat pose. Good. Hips are low. And take your wrists here. Swirl your wrists around. Flick your fingers. Good. Option one is to stay here. Option two is to put some cushions if you have them nearby. You don't need to, but you might out in front just in case you topple forward. Because option three is to come into Bakasana. So in Bakasana, you'll ground your hands down into the floor. Bend into your elbows, lift your bum up and plug your knees in towards your armpits. Your upper arms are serving as a perch for your knees and your shins. Lean your weight forward, puff between your shoulder blades like you did in cat-cow and look forward. This can be your pose. This is absolutely enough. If you're coming into Bakasana, you might lift one foot, you might lift 2 feet, and then you're just floating here, working the big toes towards one another, puffing between your shoulder blades, looking forward, breathing for up to 5 breaths. And if that's impossible or unacceptable for your body right now, you can come into child's pose. We will all meet in child's pose, where we'll let the nervous system take a full minute to calm down. So you'll either ground through the palms, lift the knees into the armpits, bend the elbows 90 degrees, lean forward, puff between your shoulder blades, pick up one foot, maybe pick up the other foot, and be in Bakasana for up to 5 breaths, or come down to child's pose, which will give you a similar experience of hip flexion, of ankle flexion. Good, breathing here. And you've reached the yin stage, the yin phase of this practice, where we take all of that energy that gets stuck and bound in our bodies, and we use stillness time and awareness to help release those energetic blockages. Stay here in child's pose and begin to feel the impact, the imprint of your ankle joints against the floor, the compression across your knees. Feel the length of your spine, like you could climb up each ridge to the top of Jack's beanstalk. Notice if some vertebrae of your spine feel further apart from one another than others. Notice the dips, the valleys of your back body. Your main energy channel of the spine. Notice if there's an unconscious clenching happening in the back of your jaw. A default piercing of your eyes or your eyebrows. And see if you can create a sense of putty with your body, letting it really melt into the pose, like the kind of gooey cheese that just slips off the edge of a grilled cheese, and then you scrape it off the pan and eat it anyway. Get that melty. And take 3 more breaths here. Slide out of child's pose onto your belly. Slide out of child's pose onto your belly, extending in your joints. Take your arms and your hands under your head, create a little pillow for your head, and just rest here for 10 breaths. And now quietly, really slowly lift up onto all fours. You'll feel like you're lifting a really heavy weight. And take your right leg forward for sleeping swan or pigeon pose. Left leg stretches back behind you. You might also decide to take deer pose, so bringing the left knee towards the right foot, if that's easier on your joints. But the target stretch here is along your outer right hip. So don't worry about what it looks like. Find the feeling. And let your head relax either onto cushions, maybe onto the floor, even onto your fists. Breathing here for 2 full minutes. Can you soften the muscles in your body? Slow down your rate of breath. And just melt here, gooey, gooey melting for a little longer. Take 3 more long deep breaths. In through your nose, take them out through your mouth. And now press your hands into the floor, lift up your chest. Nice and slow, can you bring your left leg forward and place your left foot to your right foot in front of you. So you're setting your body up for Baddha Konasana or butterfly bound angle pose. In this yin shape, keep your heels a little further away from your hips. Think about relaxing through the inner groin. You could prop under your knees. Take a deep breath in through your nose from this bound angle shape. And with your exhale, just start to wave your torso from side to side, like a really slimy, slouchy movement from side to side. Think about the way that the strands of kelp move under the ocean. You're just waving your body from side to side here. And at some point, you'll find something that feels interesting and you might move or shrug or breathe into it. Slowly entering or accessing your final destination of just folding forward in complete surrender. So let the head, the neck, the chest collapse here. And if this hurts your head or neck, lift it up, work on the inner groin. Otherwise, you're in a big, deep forward fold for the next few minutes here. And if you'd like to add a little acupressure, you can take your thumbs right to the center of the arch of your foot, the center of the arch of your foot on both feet, and plug those thumbs in like you're plugging something into an electrical socket, stimulating your liver energy line here. Few minutes of stillness. Relax your jaw. Relax your eyebrows, sink even deeper. Take 3 more breaths. slide your body back upright. Lean over towards your left. Pull your right leg back behind you for either deer pose or sleeping swan, that full pigeon shape. Trialing it on the opposite side now. Find a space, a placement for your limbs where you're feeling sensation through your outer left hip and no pain anywhere else. And then you might decide to come down or stay up, knowing that we're marinating here for a few minutes. Take 3 more deep breaths. Really, really slowly unravel your body. Roll it all the way up and then come back down onto your spine for one bridge pose before Shavasana. Ideally, you have some cushions or blocks to make this a restorative bridge pose. So from your back, push the soles of your feet into the mat, lift your hips up, and slide props underneath your bum, right under the cushy part of your bum, because when you get up tonight, you're going to spread your legs long, lengthening along the front of the hip bones. Take your arms, open them out wide. You could even take them overhead and let your body just flop over these props. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. Breathe here, 2 minutes of stillness. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Slide the soles of your feet back onto the floor. Push down through your feet to lift up through your hips and remove any props beneath you. Lower your spine, allowing now your legs to slide from side to side. Either go straight into Shavasana or take one final shape, a happy baby pose, rocking it and rolling it side to side before releasing your whole body flat onto the floor. Placing your hands either on your tummy or alongside your body with the palms facing out. The greatest yin pose of all time is Shavasana. There is nothing to do, there is nowhere to go. And here you can explore and analyze and witness your breath, your brain, and your body working in unison to keep you strong, to keep you safe. Take a big breath in through your nose. Exhale, collapse completely. Hold here for the next few minutes. I will pull you out. Until then, enjoy. Take a moment in stillness to reflect on something that you've learned about your body, your breath, or your mind during this practice. And can you turn that learning into an intention to take with you, a homework assignment, if you will? Maybe it's to call a massage therapist. Maybe it's to walk more or run less, whatever it is. If your body told you any secrets during this practice, make an intention that listens to whatever it is your body said. Take 3 long, deep breaths. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Your head can rock from side to side. And then lift your arms up overhead, stretch them up alongside your ears, point your toes far away. Breathe in, and with a big ah, breathe out and curl onto the right side of your body. Press your palms into the floor. Come all the way up to a cross-legged seat and connect your hands in front of your heart. Thank yourself for taking time to move your body, your breath, and your brain. Namaste.